I'd just like to say congratulations to Michael Malone and the Denver Nuggets. They outplayed us. They deserve to win the series. They did a great job on both ends of the court. So my hat's off to them. I wish them the well in the next series because they certainly deserve to win the series.
Coach, how do you assess that fourth quarter? It seemed like there was 108, and then you guys couldn't buy a shot. You couldn't get key stops. It seemed like a complete meltdown. How do you describe it?
I don't know. I kind of tend to stay away from the word meltdown. Sounds a little over the top, but we didn't make some shots. They made some big plays. It was a tight game. Actually, it was the time before that when we had our lead. I thought that was a time where we lost our composure and offensively we got a little stagnant and got them back in the game. But it was 108. Credit to them. They made the plays and we didn't.
You guys missed a lot. CJ Powell missed a lot of pretty close shots, pretty uncharacteristic for them. How frustrating was that for you and the team?
Look, it's frustrating when it's frustrating losing the game. It's frustrating to lose the lead. It's frustrating, when some things don't work out. I don't know what you want me to say on that. It's when things don't go well, it can be frustrating. Yes.
Christo Salta, Sport DNA.
Coach, how satisfied you are about your team and the way that you fought in the
Jason Quick, The Athletic.
Yeah, sorry, Terry. You kind of just answered it. This has been such a weird season, so filled with ups and downs. Just what's your overall kind of take on it?
It's been a tough season. It's been up and down. I think a lot of people have talked about this. It's almost like last season and this season were kind of rolled into one long season. Last season was very challenging, and for a lot of different reasons. And then you roll into this season, our expectations were high. And I've said this before, what we were able to do with Nurk missing 35 games and CJ be proud of what we did in the regular season. I know it can be frustrating at times, but when those guys came back, and as I mentioned, at the end of the season, to do what we did was pretty impressive. I think we had been written off, and we weren't, and that showed a lot of character on our guys. But there's no question, it was a challenging season, I think, for every team in the league. A lot of players and coaches have talked about the combination of last season and the bubble and rolling into this season. I think it was a challenge for everybody in the league.
And Terry, considering all of that, just how do you feel about your job security right now?
My job security? I'm under contract for 2 more years. I'm sure, just like at the end of every year, we're all evaluated. Players, coaches, management, we're all evaluated. So we'll see what happens. But, at the end of a season, when you lose, everybody's evaluated. When we lost to New Orleans, got swept by New Orleans, we were all evaluated. So we'll see what happens. But all I know is that I'm under contract for 2 more years.
Casey Holdall, Trailblazers.com.
Terry, did you consider challenging the foul on Jokic, the three, and your thought process on not challenging that, I guess? Since you did.
I did consider it. The reason I didn't was, one, is our coach behind the bench with the replay had video that said that he fouled him, and the other one was Nurk said, I barely touched him. Well, if you barely touch him, that's going to be a foul. So those were the 2 reasons why I didn't.
Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest.
Terry, reflecting on the season and how things went and everything, what's your first take on what needs to be done in the offseason? What needs to be done to improve this team?
Honestly, Dwight, I'm not avoiding that question, but I think now's a little too early to think about what we have to do for next year. Neil and his staff, there's a lot to go into that. We have free agents. There's a lot that goes into that question. I'm just not prepared to answer it at this point.
Leonardo Torres, Curcio.
Hi, Coach. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Hope you're well. Coach, what are your thoughts on the whole series? I mean, the team compete very well. What do you think was missing to force a game 7?
Well, I think you have to look at each game. As I mentioned, game 1, game 2, it was good to get a split. Game 3 was 3-point shooting by both teams. Our poor 3-point shooting and theirs. We played very well game 4. Obviously, game 5 was a classic. It could have gone either way. Unbelievable game. Proud to be a part of that game. And tonight, for whatever reason, we had a lead and weren't able to close the deal. So it was a very competitive series. Some of the games could have gone either way, but that's the beauty of playoff basketball.
We're going to wrap it there. Thanks for your time, Coach.
All right, thanks everybody.
Through the ups and downs of this year, how would you describe Damian Lillard's leadership and how it impacted your team even when things might not have been going your way?
He just voted to be the best one. So describe is hard because he do so many things than you can't even describe for just in a human being standpoint.